Okay, hello teachers. This is the instructional guide for Primary 5, Term 1, Week 9. For this week, there are 3 booklets. They're actually relatively easy, right? So we should be able to manage, right, all 3 booklets within the 1-hour class. Now, for the first booklet, what they're learning is adding mixed numbers. Okay, so very simple concept. Instead of just using this graphical image, right, I'll just jump straight on to get them to do a question like this one here. Okay, so just move straight on to page. Page. Okay, I got my pen too early. I shouldn't use this. I'm sorry. Okay, turn to page 7 and then question 3. Okay, what is 2 wholes 5 out of 6 plus 3 wholes 5 out of 12? So to do this, the way to do this question, right, is to if they write it out, they write the equation out. The first thing that they do, right, is add up the totals first. Okay, add up the totals first. So it's 2 wholes plus 3 wholes, you get 5 wholes. Then you can immediately write 5 wholes, and then after that 5 wholes 5 out of 6, and then this is already added already, right? You already add to 2 already, that becomes 5. So it's just 5 whole 5 out of 6 plus 5 out of 12. After that, they can do the conversion based on the common denominator. Okay, so get them to try another one on their own. All right, should be quite easy. Okay, they should be able to do it, and maybe a few more practices. Okay, A and B as well. Finish up the guided practice for this segment, and then I think they are done. Right, for the learn segment. What I'll then get you to do is just to go to the last question and show them a really hard one. Right, but the idea is the same, right? It's all about the addition of mixed numbers, and in which they have to add the wholes first. All right, so this question, rope P is 3 whole 3/4 meters long, rope Q is 1/2 meter longer. Underline this word for them, right? Tell them that, does this mean rope Q is 1/2 meter longer, or does this mean that rope Q is 1/2 meter? All right, so that's the difference. So if it says 1/2 meter, then you know, okay, rope Q is 1/2 meter. But here it says rope Q is 1/2 meter longer than rope P, right? But 1 whole 2 out of 5 meters shorter than rope R. Okay, so what I would suggest them to write, right, is to, represent the question here. So they should put P. P is already given, 3 whole 3 out of 4 meters, right? This will help them understand the question better. 3 holes 3/4 meters, right? So this is, and then Q, right? What is Q? Q, is it 1/2 meter? No, it's 1/2 meter longer than rope P. So therefore, they need to calculate, right? So 3 whole 3 out of 4 plus 1/2. All right, 1/2 meter. Okay. So then they do the calculation, show them, right? So same thing. In this case, there's no hole here. So they can convert 1/2 meter into 2 out of 4, and then they'll get 3 whole 5 out of 4 meters. So we know that you cannot leave this in improper fraction, right? So you need to convert this into a whole. 5 out of 4 is the same as 1 whole 1 out of 4. Then with 1 whole plus this original 3 whole here, you get 4 whole out of 1/4, 4 whole 1/4 meter. After that, they need to find out R. Okay, so R is 1 whole 2.5 meters shorter, right? That means they need to, okay, wait. Oh, but 1 meter shorter than rope R, right? So what is rope R? Rope R would be 4 holes, 4 holes, which is Q, right? Let's see. Hey, that's just noting something strange here. They did addition instead. Rope P is 1.5 meters shorter than rope R. Oh, I read it wrongly. So wait, rope Q. No, I didn't. Wait. Oh dear. Sorry about that. I think there's an error here, isn't it? All right. Rope Q is 1/2 meter longer than rope P, right? But So that means that rope Q is 1 and 1 whole 2 out of 5 meters shorter than rope R. So actually it should be minus. Okay. I think there's a problem with this question. In that case, right? Let's do it this way. Let's not even do this question. Okay. Sorry about that. I just noticed it. We get them to do question 8 instead, which is all addition, right? More clear cut. Tank A contains 2.5 meter. So same thing, ask them to do it this way, right? Tank B contains 7 out of 8 meters more. So they need to add up, right? And then after that, they find the total. Okay. And that's it for this booklet. Now, then we move on to the next one, which is using the calculator to do to add mixed numbers. So as long as they are able to do it using a calculator, that's fine, right? So get them to try out, right? The first few questions. And then, okay, do the rest here on page 3. And in fact, I would say let's skip a bit and just do 4 and 5 for guided practice. So all they need to do is write out the equation. After that, they got the decimals, right? And make sure that they correct to 2 decimal places, right? So you may need to refresh them on how to correct to 2 decimal places. You have to have a third decimal, right? And the third decimal will decide whether this will stay at 7 or move to 8. Okay. And then after that, I would say go through the last question with them, right? Just get them to do one last question here, right? And then after that, we can move on to the third booklet very quickly. So the third booklet is actually a lot of it's a bit of a repeat, right, of what they have done in the first 2 booklets. And so I would just, assign this as a bit of homework. If you have time, get them to do what question like this on page 3, right? And then maybe this one is on 2 decimal place using long division method, and then another one using calculator. Okay, and after that, I would say just move on to maybe the last question again, right? And that's it, right? So just make sure that they know how to do all these questions. I will specify the homework pages that they need to do, and that's it for this lesson.